You good, T-minus?
What's up, you guys? It's Charlie. If you see my last two videos, you can see that I got a new intro. Also, I don't know why I'm trying to record this video when I have the windows down and the radio on. 1 second, please. So I don't know if you heard any of that intro, but it's Tuesday, so I'm gonna do Tips Tuesday. I asked you guys if y'all wanted me to keep doing these, and a couple of y'all said yes, and I got some Instagram DMs that said yes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm currently driving back to Alabama because I'm on leave. I took 3 days of leave so I can go move back into college because your girl's finally going back to school. I haven't been to school since before basic training. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, tip number 1 for today is do not, and I repeat, do not volunteer for guide on bearer if you have no idea what you are doing. Guide on bearer is probably the number 1 person who gets yelled at during BMT. Anything marching related, you already know you finna get yelled at. It doesn't matter if you're doing good, it doesn't matter if you're doing bad. If you think you're doing good or you're doing bad, you're always doing bad. Because the guide on bearer has to be perfect. Guide on bearer has to be on point. Everyone can see you. Us as element leaders, like I said, I was an element leader. If you didn't know that, I was an element leader. We judge everything by you, and if you're not doing it right, we're not doing it right. If we're not doing it right, the rest of the flight's not doing it right, and we all getting yelled at. So, don't volunteer for guide on bearer if you don't know what you're doing. How you get guide on bearer is honestly probably just an MTI asking who has JROTC experience, and that person's usually guide on bearer. Okay, I'm at a red light. So, number 2 tip, get extra 341s. So, my MTI always kept them in the day room. You'll know what that is soon. It's just a room. Anyways, he kept the extras there. The worst feeling, like the absolute most heart attack inducing feeling at basic military training is being in like your PT uniform and realizing you left your 341s in your ABU pocket on your night display. Or being in your ABUs and realizing that you don't have any 341s on you. It is the worst feeling ever. You get so scared because you're like, I have to do everything perfect because if they catch me and I get in trouble for anything and I don't have these 341s, I'm going to be in even more trouble than I was before. I usually kept at least 5 on me. I think we're required to have 3 properly filled out 341s on us at all times, so I definitely kept at least 5. Especially if you're an element leader, make sure you keep at least 1 extra, one that's filled out except for your name. Fill it out completely and leave your name blank. Just be a good wingman, because sometimes somebody might need one. Tip number 3 is to be prepared to be put in a leadership position, whether you want to or not, whether you're looking forward to it or not. Just be prepared. Always be prepared so you won't be caught off guard. Some MTIs, like I got volunteered to be element leader. I was the first person in our flight to actually be put in that because of my leadership skills. Everyone else just got put there because like they were the first 4 people they saw zero night and said you. And you are element leaders now, march to the front of the flight. But, and then it got to a point, like, week 1, like, after we'd been there for maybe 5 days, he saw that I was, like, stepping up as a leader, which I wasn't doing on purpose. And he made me an element leader. So, be prepared for that. It could happen. It could not happen. Also, if you're shy, be prepared for that, because sometimes he just makes you one. I don't know why I keep saying he, because both of my MTIs were males. Be prepared. If you're shy, maybe they want to get that shyness out you, and that's how they make you less shy by putting you in a leadership position. Just always be prepared, because it's possible. Anybody in the flight can be put in a leadership position. So be ready. Tip number 4. So on strength days, you're on the PT pad with lots and lots and lots of different flights. Like all the flights in your whole entire squadron are out doing PT. So my tip on strength days, do not slack off when your MTI isn't looking, because you are guaranteed to have another set of eyes on you. Someone from 50 feet away will roast you from where they're standing if you are not doing those flutter kicks when you're supposed to be. If you are doing like the 6 inches off the ground with your feet, and as soon as your MTI turns his back, you like rest your feet on the ground, because I'm not going to lie, I low-key used to do that. Someone will call you out. Like, somebody's watching you. Get those feet up. Somebody will tell you, I promise. You're not going to get away with it. So don't try to sneak behind your MTI's back and slack off, because someone's going to be watching you. Okay, tip number 5, I believe? Tip number 5. Suck it up. I just cut off a police officer. I'm going to put this down while I'm driving. Okay, I'm at a red light. Tip number 5 is suck it up. Do not go to Reed. Reed is the clinic there. I promise you, if you go to Reed, you're going to end up on crutches. Like, you got a cough, you're getting crutches. Your leg hurts, you're getting crutches. Your toe is broken, you're getting crutches. You got cancer, you're getting crutches. You got a nosebleed, you're getting crutches. Don't go to Reed, you'll get put on a PT waiver. Personally, I had at least 12 waivers while I was there. Like I said, I promise y'all, I'm going to do story times. I promise. I just need to get into my apartment and get settled in. But I had the most waivers. I didn't get put on crutches, thank God. But I had the most waivers. You don't want to be on a waiver. You want to be able to do PT. You want to be able to march with your flight. You want to be able to graduate on time. Do not go to Reed unless you really need to. I'm not telling you don't go. If you really, really need to, you need to go. But be prepared for them to put you on a waiver. Then you have to go back for appointments, follow-ups, and then you might miss an important class, and then you'll still be behind. You don't want to get behind. If you need to go to the clinic, go to the clinic. But if you absolutely don't need to go, try not to go. Okay, when you are bored, there's not much time the early weeks that you're just bored, but later on in the weeks when you're bored, when you're just sitting there with your friends, or when y'all having flight meetings in the day room, and it's just like not really chill time, but like more downtime, not where you can write or anything, but like just when maybe your dorm chief wants to have a flight meeting in the day room or anything, just bring in like a ABU top or some pants or something and your clippers and just clip strings while they're talking. Pay attention, but like just find like anytime where it's kind of like downtime or like when you're waiting for MTI to come back to tell you what to do next, just start clipping strings because there's always going to be some strings to clip. Honestly, I would say clipping strings wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was before I got there, but I still wish I would have did it more than I did, because I was more concerned with everyone in my element being on point that I kind of slacked off. But sometimes that's what being a good leader is. But that's tip number whatever I'm on. Clip strings when you're bored. Also, you guys, like I said, I'm driving home right now. Driving from Florida to Alabama. And it's Tuesday, and I told you I'd make these Tip Tuesdays on Tuesday. So if this actually gets up on Tuesday, you guys should be impressed. Because I still got to edit it and get home and finish filming it and upload it. Like, give this video a like for me to me making this happen, because I just got off of work. I'm making it happen. Tip number 7, which is one thing I really pride myself on. Like I said, sometimes it's to a fault. But tip number 7 is don't be selfish, be a good wingman. I'll probably have a tip like this in every single video, because when I think of BMT, that's just the number one thing I think of. I really valued my wingman. I still talk to my wingman all the time. If you just seen the last vlog I uploaded right before my PT test, my PTL texted me and told me good luck. Like, these people are still going to be a part of your life, whether you think so now before you get there. Like, you're going to probably meet at least one person that's still a part of your life. I honestly can say right now I could call up 10 10 females that I went to BMT with, like 10 of my old flight mates. And if I needed something, they can make it happen for me. And that's just how we were. And I can honestly tell you, out of the 44 girls that I graduated with, 44 of them could call me right now and I can make something happen for them. I don't know what exactly they would need me for, being a personnelist. Not sure, but it's always good to have personnelist friends. Don't get me wrong. But anything they need, if they need gas money, I'm there for them. And that's just something you won't get until you get to BMT. You won't really understand. But that's just part of being in the military. Like, it's a family. But be a good wingman. Just because you're great at something doesn't mean you're not going to get in trouble because old girl beside you sucks at it. Like, be a good wingman, and marching and drill, help them out. Memory work, rank, anything that your wingman needs help with, push-ups, sit-ups. I had lots of girls. I would roll their socks if they could just teach me their ways on how they can do 50 push-ups in a minute, because your girl is struggling to get to 30. Just be a good wingman in every aspect. Tip. Number 8, practice your facing movements. You can practice those now. Like, just look it up and do it. But don't do a facing movement at BMT until the MTI shows you how to do it. Also, just like when you're in the dorms or whatever, work on your facing movements. If you know you're struggling, go to someone who's really good at marching. Most element leaders are usually pretty good at marching. It just works out that way. If you just notice some girl in your flight is really good, or guy, sorry. Some guys watch my videos, are really good at facing movements, just ask them. Me, I was halfway joking just because I like to like play around with everyone in my flight and just like make jokes. But like I would march everywhere. And it was like, I was kind of being like a smart butt because like it got to a point where I was getting in trouble for everything no matter what I did. Because like it didn't matter. It was just like really fun for the MTIs to make fun of me for some reason. Me and the guy on barrel, we always used to get roasted like in a joking way, but like they'd always pick on us no matter what. Like if the whole flight got in trouble, it was somehow my fault, which is hilarious. Anyways, so I was like, if I do everything perfect, they're never going to be able to yell at me again. So like I was just like in perfect airman mode all the time. Like if we were just in the dorm and someone said, "Hey Edward, can you come here?" I would march up to them, do all my facing movements, and do my reporting statement to the girls in my flight just so I could be perfect, so I wouldn't get in trouble. And it was more like a joke, but honestly, that's how I got so good at facing movements. And that's how my MTI recognized me in front of everyone, saying that I was really good at facing movements from practicing, even though I was being a smart butt. But yeah, practice those things. Pro tip. Tip number 10 is to always be prepared for a backpack dump. A backpack dump is when a group of MTIs, special MTIs, it's when a group of MTIs call you, maybe, you and a wingman obviously, and maybe like a group of however many people over, and just tell you to dump out your backpack. And any unauthorized item that they find, you'll get a 341 pulled for every single item. Like, I noticed at BMT, or my flight noticed, that we got issued Sharpies, but we were always getting in trouble for having Sharpies in our bag. So I don't know if they've changed that, because we actually did make that suggestion. There's certain things that we need in our bags. Like, our Sharpies are in there because our pens and pencils are in there for class. We weren't allowed to have, like, tissues to blow our nose. We weren't allowed to have the prenatal vitamins that they gave us, that they told us we had to take. Females, you have to take prenatals there, so you won't have low iron. But always be prepared for a backpack dump. When you get whatever list that they give you of the things that you can have in your backpack, make sure there's nothing else in there. Make sure you don't have any stray letters, any envelopes, any stamps, nothing like that in there. They will go through your notebooks, like the notebooks you study for. The notebooks you take notes in class. They will dump those, and make sure you're not writing any personal notes, any doodles, letters for home. Make sure you're always prepared for a backpack dump, because it's a pretty big deal. And backpack dumps, sometimes, I'm not positive, but I know you're getting judged on them, and that might be a part of like Commander's excellence, but I could be wrong, but it might be. But yeah, yes, you guys, that's all the tips that I have for this Tip Tuesday. Let me know if you guys want me to do these every week, every other week. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked my new intro. I kind of just wanted something there to make it look a little more interesting. So thank you so much for the love and support. If you guys like my channel, let me know in the comments. Thank you for all the sweet Instagram messages. Keep those coming, or any video requests. Keep those coming too. Like I said, I'm on my way back to Alabama. I'm about to go move into my apartment tomorrow, and I'll be able to do a lot more sit-down videos. But until then, enjoy these videos. Hopefully I can get plenty of videos out, because I know a lot of my subscribers are shipping soon. Alright, thank you so much, and bye.